Okay.
I have a hot date with a pillow. As soon as we hang up, I'm so tired.
That just went on air, Sarah. We are now recording. Small Business Accounting Advisors, January 11th, 2019. Hello, everyone.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. And we
Amen
have
for
someone
Friday.
new with us today, April. April, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is April Pittman.
Oh, no. Wait, just a moment. Brandon liked it so much he put on the siren. Okay, go ahead.
I run A&M Bookkeeping out of Cincinnati, Ohio, but I'm also virtual. And I am a certified online advisor. And I've been in business since 2014. My clientele is basically real estate and anything real estate.
Nice.
Real estate, like real estate agents or people who own real estate, like rentals?
I have brokers, I have agents, I have residential rentals, I have commercial rentals, I have flippers, I have investors.
Flippers.
So I grew up in the real estate world.
So she knows the industry.
Lots of real estate.
So you are
Yep.
now our
Now we
resident
know who to go to.
real estate. Welcome. We're
Thanks
glad
for
to
having
have you
me.
here.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Okay. Go ahead.
Brandon's back.
Next on the list, Mariette, are you with us? Can you talk?
I'm here.
Can you tell us a little bit about your watch party? What you discovered for the IRS?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I will tell you a little bit about the fact that I would love to learn more about the watch party. So I've been watching everyone do watch parties. Matt, you probably could chime in a little bit on this. And like my friend Andrew Wall, who most of you know, is awesome social media influencer, and a few of them have been doing these watch parties. And I thought they were so cool. And so I did a Facebook Live this morning after I was inspired by hearing so many people talk about the IRS and the shutdown and when they're going to open and how refunds are going to happen. So I just wanted to do a quick Facebook Live and just debunk some myths and just say this is the real deal. And then after I finished my Facebook Live, which you all know I do that all the time, right here from my car, like I'm doing, and all of a sudden I clicked on, share, like I always do, but this time it came up and said, do you want to share this as a watch party? And so I was like, oh, there's that watch party I always hear about. So when I clicked on share as a watch party, which was really cool, mind you, when I do Facebook Lives, I get maybe 5, 10 people on a really good day. But, most time Facebook Live is more valuable on the replay. That's why people will say, if you watch the replay, put hashtag replay, and that way you can see how many people actually go back and watch your Facebook Live. But when I did the watch party, I had like 20 plus people on. Like, I was like, what? So it's a really cool experience. And all you do, or in my case, and again, Matt, hopefully you'll jump in when I'm done, but I clicked on start a watch party. And then all of a sudden my video that I had just recorded through Facebook Live started streaming. But the cool thing is, as soon as it started streaming, I started inviting people to watch the video. And so I clicked on invite, and as I started inviting people, other people started inviting other people. And little like 4-minute video I made, I had like over 20 people in that little time frame. So very, very cool. So that's
it's after the live.
Yeah, see, that's what I've been trying to figure out for this, but I don't know how I'm going to do it because I use Zoom and not Facebook. So,
You could upload a video. Well, you can upload
yeah.
your video and then still do a watch party.
so we'll have to think about
upload
that.
it to Facebook and then do a watch party on the video.
Right. So that would be weird timing for us because our time is always 5 to 6. We would have to do a watch party like Monday.
Pick a time and just be consistent.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe that's cool, Dina. Like on Monday, like, did you miss the Friday Dina hangout? Let's watch it on Monday.
Let's all watch it together and chat about it. Yeah.
So
you
there's
can
an
do it
idea.
Monday at the same kind of time, since people are kind of getting out around that time, and then do a watch party. That's a good way to try it out. Yeah.
So you say around 5, well, my time, 5 o'clock.
You're right. Right.
I'm going to try something. Let me rephrase it. Lynda and I are going to try something pretty new here quickly, because there's so many people on all these different days doing stuff already that I've been prepping a video for my one-click trick for live streaming Facebook using Zoom, basically. So I can try to demonstrate to people. There's a lot of stuff that can be done with Zoom, and I've been diving in deeper. So it's time for me to make some videos to kind of show some people and try to help, like, teach everybody easier ways to use these technologies. And I don't think anybody's doing that yet. And my plan was to try testing out Saturday, like early Saturday morning, afternoon.
For me.
What's that?
That's when I prefer some of this, watching webinars, stuff like that. Well, isn't during a work day. It's
during a Saturday. Well, see, that was my problem. I didn't think anybody would want to see it Saturday.
I'm going to try it. I think that I think I was talking to Richard Ropa, and he was talking about, like, time-wise of when's good to do these things. And for most of us, Saturday between, let's say, 8 or 9, whenever you wake up, till probably about 2 o'clock, wherever you're at, that's your free time that you can do whatever, because you're not already thinking about going back to work. And you're probably pushing through that stuff. So my plan is to actually try to utilize that time to be able to engage people and do some kind of a release. So
it's weird. It's like Hector's thing on Friday nights at 11:30. It's such an odd time, but for all us night owls, it's great.
Yeah. And for us that get up at 5:30 is not great.
Well, then we also have the time difference between the East and West Coast too.
Yeah, but Hector does it at midnight our time, and he's in Miami, but that's when his kids are asleep, so it's quiet.
That's a great use of a watch party. So imagine you've got a live at 2 p.m. on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. You want to play with the timing or something like that, right?
Right. I was thinking around 12 on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I think
East Coast time.
So if you did East Coast time and you did live then, well, that would be 9 a.m. on Saturday. But if you then set the watch party for West Coast people to watch it at 12, so it's 12 o'clock wherever you're at.
But then you're not talking about it at the same time.
Nice.
But then you're not engaging at the same time.
Correct, but that's also because if it's a Saturday, you're not necessarily likely to get everybody across the U.S., so a watch party is always a secondary viewing of it. So my thought would be to try to make it understood. It's live. We're going live at 12 o'clock Eastern.
Right.
We'll be doing the watch party at 12 o'clock Pacific. So that way it's 2 chances to watch it. It's like in people's head.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. Yes. Yes.
So we could watch it 4 times.
And then there's something called premieres too.
So premieres is
before the watch party.
Premiere announces the watch party. So I'm now officially going to do it. I'm going to set up a premiere for this Saturday. I can basically create a video, have it set up to premiere at a certain time, or even kind of premiere a live event, which is kind of cool. And what will happen is you get it all scheduled up. It will announce it on your feed, so it tells people about it, so you can invite them to it. And then right before it gets close to time for the event, it'll actually start doing a countdown, like on your page.
Oh, nice. So Matt, let me say this to you. It's supposed to like really storm this weekend. Tomorrow would be an excellent time for me.
So wait a minute.
I'm going anywhere.
Is this going to be like, we don't have to, like, I'm going to talk to your avatar again? Or is this going to be?
You want me to share that one, Lynda? No.
Mariette,
I don't want to take up too much of the time, but I've learned some other really cool things with how to use Zoom and supporting programs to where I can actually run, instead of just a green screen, I can run a video on that now.
Is that good? Oh, my
Do a watch
brain.
party on that,
That's pretty
please.
cool.
Please.
Linda, do I have permission to show that video?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why
I
don't
didn't
you,
swear. Just remember that I didn't swear.
why don't you let me cue it up while
You're
we
going
talk
to
about
put a video behind her head?
Okay.
Oh, you
So
have to see it,
next,
Sarah.
yeah. Linda, can you talk to us about QBO Advanced?
Yeah, it's a new product that Intuit's offering, and it's basically on the same QBO Plus platform, but it's got Fathom in it. As we were talking about earlier, it's got more
And
granular.
what is Fathom?
Fathom's the program. I think it's Mike Mylan's program, right? And it does all the reporting, advanced reporting, and it's a great product. And it's QBO Advanced is, I think, for a pro advisor, $75 a month, and it's $150 for this Lynda, $150 for a month for the end user if they buy it directly. And it's really, they're working it to get it to, like, for the user that needs that bigger program with up to 20, I think it's 20 users.
Wow.
So you're going to be able to add 20, have 20 users, and a couple, it might be more than that. I'm not positive. I didn't get my notes. It might even be more than that.
Is it
So the
supposed to be priced at a price?
The
Is it supposed to
wholesale price
repla-
is 75. It's 150.
No, but is it supposed to replace Enterprise eventually?
I don't think it's going to replace it. I think it's just like desktop and online. It's an offering so those companies, mid-market companies, can be in the cloud.
Hmm.
And it's new, so it's just coming out.
They're starting to bundle things like.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any clients on it. I've got one that I'd love to put on it. So.
Oh, is it in beta? It's just they're sort of.
No, I think it was released, I think, in August. So.
It's released.
You have
We
to
can-
ask for it, right?
Yeah.
They're not.
It is released. We can order it through the IRP channel, QSP channel now, and it is 25 users.
Oh, it's 25. Okay. I call it 27 because the two accountants don't count. So
Right,
those are
right.
those two.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So Linda, I wanted Linda QBQ.
Where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
I want to say prayers to love.
Yeah.
We can't hear you though.
Oh,
There you go.
can you hear? Yeah, one might help if I talk louder. So,
Well,
Yeah.
sorry for your loss of your puppy.
We're sad for you, Linda.
So, well, maybe.
We all become like family here.
Right?
Yeah,
You know,
I may start fostering or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Mark and I are talking about that when Penny goes.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have even considered that while I had Terra. So,
Yeah, Penny ain't gonna let another dog in this house.
So Linda, if you could put together some pictures maybe and do a slideshow, you could do a memorial.
That'd be nice.
oh, that's an idea. I could do that. I went to a place called the Gateway Pet Cemetery, and
Yeah.
I'll be posting some pictures up there. I looked at all kinds of things. I went to, what do they call it? Taxidermy. I called 2 taxidermy places,
Mm-hmm.
neither of which got back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, but I was just kind of exploring possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I called my vet, and my vet said $150 to bring her in and get her cremated. So I started looking on Google,
Yeah.
cremate my pet cheap near me. I found the Gateway Pet Cemetery, and they're very lovely. It's kind of tucked away right next to a big freeway, and they have a pet cemetery, and for $80, I get a beautiful little cedar chest with her name engraved on a black brass nameplate and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm really, and that way I don't have to go and dig a hole. I'm thinking,
Right.
I really don't want to do that.
Right.
No, so
Well, you cut out the middleman because the vets are probably marking it up and using the same.
yeah, and that makes sense. But the other thing that's interesting, because the lady was really sweet. She said, I said, this is the first dog I've had that I haven't gone into the vet and had her put to sleep. This it's like sudden out of the blue.
Shock, yeah.
And so that's what was really unexpected. I was really glad she was right in the alley near my apartment, and that they had not run her over. so she wasn't squashed at all. Ugh.
Yeah.
You know, well, thank God for
It's traumatic. I mean, the whole thing's got to be just traumatic anyway, regardless. Yeah.
It's difficult, but it is part of life. It's the circle of life, you know. And those of us who get dogs in general, we know they'll probably go before us. Now, I was expecting another 10 years with Terra, but it is what it is. And I have wonderful friends. I was amazed at all the wonderful friends I had. Over 220 people made comments.
Wow. Wow.
And some of them were people that I haven't seen or talked to for 5 or 10 years. I knew them early on in my practice. So I was touched. I really was touched in a very positive way. And I appreciate it. And poor Matt's sitting there looking really sad.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We're all dog lovers here.
We're all dog lovers.
I know you, and I know you all saw Terra.
Well, she's always on your desk or something. What was she?
She joined us here most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was part of the family too. So, well, I bet every single one of us have people up above waiting for us. Now, I think only the dogs are waiting at the gate.
Yeah, I think so.
The problem is, because of my pranks, I'm going down below probably.
Oh, stop.
Dogs are at the gate.
I'm guessing you probably have a dog waiting there too for you.
3 girl dogs now.
That's where the cats are.
That's where the cats are.
They might be right behind the dogs, actually.
Yep.
They
All
just,
right.
I know cats. They're in
Prayers
line
to you,
first.
Linda. We're
yeah.
going to move on. Matt, do you have something you want to show us?
I'm going to give it a try here real quick.
Oh God, I think I'm going under my desk now.
Let's see here. So, 1 second. So obviously right now what I'm trying to do is on a different computer completely.
Oh.
So now there's 2 Matts, and we lost Brandon. Brandon gave me a bunch of information about the, he called it Priority Circle Plan. I will post this. Here you are. I will post this with the video when I put it up, Brandon. Thank you.
Okay, so I don't have to cut and paste now. I can.
Okay, Matt.
All right, so I'm just going
Or do you
to.
want it on Facebook? Well, we're all on the same channel.
Yeah. We're all on the same page. So.
All right, so Creepy Matt went away.
I did not tell her to say that.
I'm serious. It was like, there's Matt, and then what's the little Creepy Matt?
Oh, God.
Now we got him in double.
Part 2.
It's like, I'm seeing double.
Okay, so he calls me like he normally does.
Yeah.
And let me make sure I can get my audio playing through here.
All right, so you're sharing your screen.
You know, when you're doing the Zoom, if you share, you can actually choose a box that says share computer sound, which I always forget to do that.
Oh.
So the audio should come through correctly.
Pay attention.
You can hear me, right?
Mm.
Could be kind of quiet on purpose. Oh no, it's not working the right way. Lynda, where was the video I posted?
I was in your you shared
it's
it
my
with
Zoom.
you shared it with Mariette and I.
I'm sorry, guys. It's in my Zoom. I just realized where it was. Too many video places. So just so it's positive, something to learn from it. Streamable, place you can upload videos and you can basically share them that way. I use it as like a backup or a preliminary place to put a video to share with somebody, and that can remove it.
So where are you putting it?
I did that one was on Streamable. I'm actually just kind of talking to buy myself time to get to my recording. So,
Is that yours, Matt? Is that Silas?
No, Silas is at home.
Where is this?
This is the back end of Zoom right now.
I've never seen that. I have the business.
This is the
plan.
cloud recordings.
Yes, this is him calling me like he normally does, and me answering the phone, getting on Zoom with me. Happy Monday.
You can hear me, right?
Huh? The what? I can hear you, yeah. Not very well. Why is it the sun?
Gallery.
There we go.
Sorry, guys. That was a horrible setup and prep up, but there we go. Good to go.
Well, we threw it at you. So.
How's it going?
Okay, so
Now I can hear you.
like Ernest and I will work together.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
You can hear me, right?
So you're actually
The what? I can hear you, yeah. Not very well. Why is it the sun?
okay. So you videotaped you
Is it
guys
your microphone?
meeting, and then what do you do with it?
Hold on.
Seth is up, working right now. I just emailed him. Well, I didn't email him. I put it on Facebook, but he emailed me back, and I emailed him back.
Bet you're wondering if this is me just messing with you, or if this
Probably. Oh, you jerk! You're a jerk. What you're gonna do? What a jerk! Oh my God, that is sick. That is sick. Is that what you're gonna do to it, Seth?
So
You're
that's what he does.
That's the real Zoom.
So where is
And
Are
the other
you
one
the
is
video?
recording.
Matt? Are you the video moving around, or are
The
you
video in the back.
I was I pre-recorded myself going, can you hear me? Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Because he knows I talk.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And just kind of let it go because I knew at some point you would catch on, and it was all pre-recorded, and it just worked well because of the pauses.
It was like talking to a bot.
You jumped on, and you actually jumped on.
And I was hiding underneath my green screen, so when it got to the point, I could come back up and go, hi.
Before he started taping it, I said to him, "Are you wearing the same clothes you had on last night?"
Okay. So now talk about that technology that shows that you can show a video on your green screen behind you during a Zoom.
Yep.
And never trust if you see him on that's actually him. That's the other piece of advice I would
It's
give.
So hard
Here's
to
a better one.
Pretending he's a bot.
How many times have you been on
Matt,
Zoom?
what are you using for the green screen? I always wanted to ask you that. What is your green screen?
It's literally a
Piece of green cloth, Mariette. I thought the same thing when I went there. I'm like, that's it? It's just a piece of green cloth.
It is? It's just
Mhm.
literally hanging behind you, a piece of green cloth?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know.
You can go get a green sheet and do it.
You can get it at Walmart.
At Walmart, or you can, or actually a poster board, even a green poster board if you don't need it. Though.
I like it when it looks clean though, because I went and invested in that big thing. Remember, ladies and everyone, like a year ago when I bought that big old thing?
I've got one too. I
Oh,
can't
it's
fold it.
I can't hold it. I can't save it anywhere. It's really annoying.
There's actually
you're
a really
home.
good one that's self-contained now. It's about $160, and it will.
There.
I'll put a link in the chat. You pull it up, and when you're done, you just drop it right back in, and it's fully self-contained.
That's cool.
See, I don't have any room behind my chair. I'm sitting in front of a desk. So I saw one that hooks on the back of your chair and makes this big round thing behind you like a,
I got to get
My
one.
Zoom rep has one of those.
Matt,
Really?
please.
The key thing that you always want to look at is the wide angle of the camera. You guys see me kind of mess with it sometimes. You have to get something that's going to be wide enough so you don't have to kind of zoom in your camera all the time to keep it to where it's all green, because otherwise you start getting like blurring on the sides, everything else.
Yeah, I haven't been able to figure out why it blurs and stuff.
Better light, turn your light up in the room. So when I'm at my house and I really do this stuff, I have an LED
Got
light.
the umbrella. I bought the umbrella thing.
Okay. Also, when you choose your green screen color, because you can do it through Zoom, try to choose the green color closest to you. Don't do it further out, because they talk about the closer in you get, it will do a better job to get rid of the background for you.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it. All right. I think last we're going to talk to Sara Laidlaw, and she's going to talk about being part of Mineral Tree and their development team.
Well, I tend to be loud. And in a good way, I think. Okay. So when I look at solutions and apps and programs and things, I am a very deep diver. Okay. I want to know, I'm looking at how many clicks does it do this? What's the flow? Is it efficient? Feature by feature, as deep as I can get it. So, I did that big spreadsheet and demos for weeks and weeks and weeks on the AP automation. And my number one wish, some are deal killers and some aren't, my number one wish was for my desktop clients, I want to stay in desktop. I am wicked fast in desktop. I can do payables. My gals are just, okay, we're little fiends, okay? So I don't want to go to bill.com and bumble around trying to put in a bill. I don't want to take their screen that's missing stuff that I need, and it does a one-way sync down to desktop. So not that many developers are even working with desktop anymore. So Mineral Tree and Circulus, well, you and me. Okay. Oh yeah, the two of us. Well, except for Matthew and Sara. All right. So,
well, got to add Chris Wise to that.
That's all right. So, Mineral Tree or Circulus. And when I tell you what I was looking for is when you design a system for your business, I don't want too many choices. I don't want to train a bookkeeper and say, okay, we use this app for this client, but we use this app for that client. Okay. So part of what I'm looking at is something that I can take care of most of my clients with anyway. Okay. So my goal was two-way sync with desktop and a billing model where I could afford to do the little guys. So I have a little company, writes 10 checks a month. They can't afford they can afford bill.com, but it just doesn't make sense. ROI doesn't make sense. Yet I want to stop all checks. So Mineral Tree started reaching out to accountants and saying, okay, you're our customer, you pay us, and all your clients are just divisions of you. Love that. Okay. But it was wrought with problems, onboarding, and so I had a list of things that, okay, I signed up, but boy, you need some help over here. So they sent me a survey. Sent Sara a survey. But why send a survey if you're not going to follow up? And they followed up, and it was high ups. Got on the phone, wanted to know what my attitude was, what I liked, what I didn't like, and they had the actual engineer on the phone, support, and I just went, if you're open to listening to me, here's...
Well, if you're open to listening to me, let me pull out my smart sheet.
Exactly. I had my smart sheet up, and and I'm like, okay, helping them only makes my life easier and makes theirs a better product. And they have a lot of things in the pipeline, and I'm like, use me. This is where I love helping developers and creating a relationship at the development level to make their product a better product. I would never get that kind of attention with the bill.com or the big guys. But anyway, so I had a long conversation. It was very productive, and it just made my day. It really made my day. So it can only get better.
Nice. And Lynda Artisani, are you saying that Mineral Tree has complimentary training?
No. There's complimentary training when you sign up for QuickBooks Advanced. I was underneath.
Sorry.
That's what that's for, and it's actually not with it's all webinar based.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Sorry, Sarah.
No, and it was funny because I said, look, if you write an app, you have to look at your competitors. You have to watch social media. You have to watch what people love and what people hate. And if there's pain points on a competitor, fix the pain point and you got a customer.
Exactly. And what did they say? Oh.
Well, it was like I was complaining about the paper stock. I said, your checks, your actual checks, people are throwing them away because they don't look like checks. They don't look like, it's not safety paper. And I'm like, if you're going to do checks on my bank account, I expect a certain level of quality. I want safety paper, whatever. And what they discovered after I complained about that was that their program sits in between, like, it's like a bill pay, and so they're the database for the images, and they control the approvals, and the client is the only one who can trigger a payment. But they're using another company that actually prints checks and mails them.
Right.
They didn't know that they had changed the quality of the paper.
Ah.
By me complaining,
Wow.
they went, sure enough. And he said, within a week, that will be rectified. So never be afraid to complain. Or offer help.
Collaborate with software developers.
Because look how fast Intuit changed their minds on printing, stopping the 4-ups.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stop.
You have the more of us. If one person's like, wah, about something, a company ain't gonna probably listen. But when we gather together and start chatting and all that, it catches that. You hope it catches their eye, but if it doesn't catch their eye, you don't want to be a part of them, I think. But
Right. Well, the thing is, when you are deep into something and you're caught with the frustration, and it takes more time because you're trying to get out of that whatever, to sit down and write some feedback on top of that, you're way behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
So it takes, you really do affect other people, and in the future, it can really help.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a philosophy for a while that I keep kind of sharing with people, that now that we've got the Intuit App Store at 600 applications, the concept of the minimum viable product has to change. What I mean by that is all these people are growing and they're trying to develop an app and they want to get it to the marketplace. And you want to get it out there quick to see if there's actual interest, so you're not just spending more money into this thing. First thing you need to do, every application is looking to connect to some kind of an accounting platform. We're all here for QuickBooks, so we'll focus on that. Get a QuickBooks accountant, pro advisor, somebody on your team, whether it's paid or not. There are always accountants that want to contribute, collaborate. If you can't find somebody, call me. I will do it. I would love to. I want to work with as many.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stop and interrupt for just a moment. Mariette wants to jump in. I'm guessing she has to be somewhere.
Oh, no. I didn't want to jump in and end. Because we mentioned training and something that's really important and hasn't been promoted, but Lynda and Matt and I kind of discovered it together. So when we were talking about, remember last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how the Pro Advisor benefits have changed.
Yes.
And I think we had a meeting about that. And I don't know if we mentioned one of the benefits of being the elite is having free training. And so if you are an elite and you want to attend one of the road shows that QuickBooks is doing right now, the masterclass or the Grow Your Practice, you want to go and register for the training through your benefits area in the Pro Advisor dashboard under QuickBooks Online Accountants, because there is a code in that dashboard which will give you the training for free. So we kind of covered that together. So I just want to make sure you guys don't pay for it, because it's like $170, but you can save $170.
Thank you, Mariette.
Thanks.
Awesome. Well, we are about out of time anyway. Is there anything anyone wants to talk about before we end our session today?
Just keep trugging get to January 31st. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, y'all.
The year's almost over, right?
That's right.
There's a book on 1099s, and we're all waiting for it.
Lynda, are you saying something?
I was just wondering, I missed the beginning, so I assume you all welcomed April Pittman.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome, April. Sorry, I missed
Real estate, flippers, brokers.
A bookkeeper using QBO?
Yes.
I have a customer for you.
How you like that? On that note, we're going to close for today.
What a family.
Yes.
See you all same time next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Speak.